Hi guys, Demon Ferret here, and a little different thing we're doing here today. I have a lineup of a few furry related videos I want to do, but I've been sick for about the past month, so I'm a bit behind. Today, I just want to make a couple just for fun videos to make myself feel a little bit better as I'm on the path to recovery. My cough is finally starting to go away so I can talk consistently and not die. So that's what we're gonna do today. If you're not a fan of, How to Train Your Dragon, or, you're not here to not see not furry videos, this probably isn't gonna be for you. So, with that in mind, many of you, most of you probably don't know, I'm a big fan of the Dreamworks version of the How to Train Your Dragon universe. I specifically mentioned the Dreamworks version of this universe because the book version and the Dreamworks version are two totally different versions. Yes, the Dreamworks version is based on the books, but only with names, and that's pretty much it. Names and the fact that dragons exist. Those are the only similarities. Other than that, it's two totally different things. I'm just looking at the babies that we have. We seem to have a... What are you? Stop moving. What are you? Rain cutter, maybe? You a rain cutter? I don't know what you are. You're cute. That is a, again, you're flying. Oh. That's a storm cutter. That's a storm cutter. Anyway, so here we are. This is School of Dragons. It is a multi-platform game. You can get it on Steam, you can get it on mobile, you can play it on a browser. Although it seems that the browser version is being phased out. I'm not sure what's happening with that. I recorded this episode already, but my computer totally crashed. It's the first time my desktop has ever blue screened on me, and I'm not surprised. This computer only has 4 gigs of RAM total. I'm planning on upgrading it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So my 4 gigs of RAM computer has totally died. But, so I've decided to split what I was doing into 2 different episodes. One explaining shit, and the next is showing people stuff. So, in my explaining everything episode, there has been some, discord when it comes to the people who play this game. And that is because this tower right here is the station for something called Stable Quests. Stable Quests is a newer function of this game, let's call it that. And because it's a newer function of the game, it has gone through some alterations. In Stable Quests, you can send your dragons to do things. There are a few caveats. One, you need multiple dragons to do this. If you do things like play the if you play the expansion packs and things like that, you will get multiple dragons. If you buy gems, or if you take the time to earn gems, you can purchase multiple dragons. That's how I got my Snap Trapper here, and how I got my Smoke Breath, and how I got some of my other dragons. I just bought them because I wanted them. And how I got the egg I'm going to put in here right now, which is my Slither song, who is going to be named Cecropia and be colored after a Cecropia moth. And she's going to be pretty, and I'm going to be happy. But I'm going to wait 12 hours, because I don't feel like spending gems. So, I'm gonna get a little Slither song. And, but I just got a Bone Napper for free, through the game, through Stable Quests. Stable Quests provide you with experience for your dragons. They provide you with coins. They provide you with ultimate dragon trainer points, which for some people is important, for some it's not. I don't really care. I don't care for the dragon trainer points. I really don't. If you have memberships, you can unlock these two spots down here. I will not and will never get a membership. It annoys me. Mostly because it gives you access to owning Toothless, which is just a stupid mechanic in my opinion. If it just gave you access to Toothless in the minigames, I could see that. That would be cool. That would make sense. But when it gives you the permission to own Toothless while Toothless still exists elsewhere in the game, you literally own Toothless, and then you can go and approach Toothless as he's standing where he normally stands in-game, and that's normal. It's just a really weird mechanic. This game is multiplayer as well. It is an MMORPG. I currently don't have it on multiplayer because of my 4 amazing and stupendous 4 gig RAM computer. If I had it on multiplayer, I would be dead. The computer would not function. I leave it multiplayer when I play on mobile, which is what I normally play on. I do not play it on Steam very often. Mobile is not functioning right now, so I don't know what's going on. I can only play on Steam right now. So what happens is you literally get like 10 people on Toothless in the same area. And it's Toothless just straight up. No tail fin and everything. So it's a horrible mechanic in my opinion. So I don't appreciate membership. You cannot get rid of Toothless either unless you let your membership expire. So as long as you're continuing to pay for membership, you must have Toothless. You cannot avoid it. You cannot, you cannot say no. You have to deal with it. And it's annoying. So I will never have access to these 2 slots, which is irritating. If I had access to these 2 slots, I would probably have a better chance of getting better quests. I'm leaving this one alone because I'm going to be sending some of my dragons on this quest, and I'm going to be doing that in the second episode that I'm going to film, which I'm going to film right after this one, but I'm not going to film them both in the same episode, so I don't blue screen my computer again. So what are stable quests good for? They're good, they are still good for doing things like getting gems, leveling up your dragons, and getting the all-important, not really important, but all-coveted Titan runes. As you can see, I have 33. 33, that's over half. That's actually, yeah, that's like 10 over half, almost. You need 50 to level up a dragon to a Titan dragon without paying for it with gems. You need 50. I have 33. I'm almost there. I need 20 more, and then I'm good. Which means I need to find 4 more 5 quests, or 21 rune quests. Both of them are going to take a few months. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably going to take a few months. I'm saving my runes for whenever they release a Titan Snap Trapper, which is going to probably take months. So the timing really kind of lines up. They're not going to release an unpopular Titan, because this is an unpopular dragon. They don't even have saddles for this dragon. They're not going to release a Titan anytime soon. They're more likely to release a Smoke Breath Titan before they release a Snap Trapper Titan. But I want to level him up with runes, and not by paying for it. Simply because I want to. I want to level up someone with runes, and if I'm going to, I'm going to level up my main dragon. So, that's just how it is. But, in terms of Titan dragons, I do have Titans. I have 2 Titan Zipplebacks, I have a Titan Razor Whip, I have a Titan Gronkle, a Titan Scuttleclaw. No, I have Titans, and I paid for all of these Titans to exist. This is the Bone Napper that I just got by the game. I paid for these for these titans to exist, or I collected the gems for these titans to exist. And that's simply because collecting titan runes is extremely inefficient, yes. And you constantly have to be monitoring this. Because every 10 minutes, you have to keep cycling these. Because the more you cycle them every 10 minutes, the more likely you are to get a better quest that has the gems or has the runes. You're more likely to collect the amount of gems before you collect the amount of runes. So, either way, you're gonna get either one of these two routes. It's not impossible. And the quests are not still useless. Yes, the construction zone quest that used to be down here in this corner, it is still there, supposedly. People still get it. I don't anymore. I don't know why. I never run into it. I've not run into it since they fixed the cycling. But I understand why they fixed it. You can't have gems just pop up like that all the time, especially when it's a paid-for commodity that they use to run this game. So, when you think about it from a business perspective, that quest was making them lose a lot of money. And that's not good. We're not going to get good content. We're not going to have the game's glitches fixed. We're not going to have developers who give a crap if they're not getting paid. So, we have to take our lumps where we get them if we want the game to be any good. And there are a lot of glitches with this game. There are. So if we want them to be addressed, we do have to play it their way. And with all that implies. And that includes dealing with annoying rounds with the stable quests. I recommend for people who are really wanting the stable quests to work for them, get this game on mobile. Mobile I found to be less glitchy, for one. I found mobile to be just convenient when you want to be doing this, because you can just open it up and not even play the game, but just open it up, switch up your stable quests, turn it off, open it up, switch out your stable quests, turn it off, and just do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then you're just cycling through, and you're more likely to get better quests faster. I use quests to level up my dragons all the time. And that's why I keep this, is because it has a high XP rate. And even sending 4 dragons out there, they're gonna have that XP distributed evenly. And because of that, I'm gonna be sending my baby Bone Napper, who just hatched. I'm gonna be sending him through, and instead of being level 1, by the end of it, he's gonna be level 3 or 4. Depending on whether or not they succeed. My Mudraker has been leveled up almost exclusively through quests, so is my Flame Whipper and my Snafflefang. My Windwalker has been also leveled up primarily this way, but I also took through, because of its firepower level, I also took it through some battles. The Mudraker also has, although this is kind of deceiving, when brought into a battle, it's actually surprisingly good. I don't know why, because its firepower is really low, so it shouldn't be, but it actually does really well. I don't know why. So, it's gone through a couple battles too. This guy also has seen a couple battles, but not many. Its firepower is actually exceptional, so I don't know why I haven't actually taken it through many battles yet. That's me being a doof. Prickleboggle doesn't do anything. Prickleboggle is so useless. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. It's so slow. It's weak. These are good, but with this being this and that being that, this is useless. Just wanted to point that out. Prickleboggles are stupid, but I like it. I like my Prickleboggle anyway. I actually really like my Prickleboggle. It's cute. It's a nice looking dragon, but it's a useless dragon. It's good for stable quests though, because it's the only thing that can fulfill quite a few stable quests. So even a dragon that's useless for races or something like that, it doesn't mean it's useless in game. They're useful for stable quests. So the Prigglebottle is a really good example for this. Thistletail, although she is so useless for everything else, I send her on stable quests all the time because she is a beast at them. And it's just what it was made for, I think. Or the quests were made for Prickleboggles. I'm not exactly sure how that order goes. That's useless. Nope. And definitely not. So, like, as I'm saying, you just cycle through these as you can. I don't think I'm gonna get a good example this go around, because I just got out of some very good quests. A Titan Rune quest, the Egg quest. I just completed those, and you know, the fact that I'm getting them at all. And sometimes the game's glitches can be used to your advantage. For example, I just got out of a sack of gems quest and my egg quest, and the sack of gems quest, what happened was my game crashed on my mobile. So while I did technically complete them, as far as the game was concerned, the game was also, as far as it was concerned, I didn't complete them. So I had my prizes from completing them and succeeding, but at the same time, the stable quests also thought that I didn't collect my prizes yet. So I got 2 sets of prizes. Unfortunately, I succeeded on the gems twice, but only succeeded on the eggs once. So I only got 1 free egg, and I got 2 free sacks of gems. Sadly, my rewards from the sacks of gems were the minimal ones, which is unfortunate. But that's what happens. It's kind of random, but you know, that kind of stuff, it's selected the moment you open the bag. It doesn't matter what card you choose. Once you open the bag, it's a random algorithm that's automatically chosen. That's just how it works. Same with the eggs. The moment that you open the chest, it's automatically chosen exactly what egg you're gonna get. So it didn't matter what card I flipped; it was always going to be a Bone Napper. And I don't mind. Bone Napper's kind of cool. I'm not a huge fan of Bone Nappers, but I don't hate them. So it's still a Mystery Class Dragon, which is my favorite class of dragon. Which is, you know, as you can see, I have a Snap Trapper over here and a Smothering Smoke Breath over there. A Zippleback's on my shield. I love Mystery Class Dragons. They're the best things ever. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this. In my next School of Dragons video, I'm going to just show off all of my dragons, which I tried to do, and that's what blue screened me. So I'm going to try again, but not have this section to it. I'm going to see if it works without crashing me. So, if you want to watch that, I'll be uploading it immediately after I upload this one. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions about exactly how stable quests work, or you know the ratios of exactly how often these quests show up, or how well the success rates of these quests work, or how to increase your success rates, just send a comment down below. And I'll help you the best that I can. I've been playing this game for a while. I've pretty much figured it out at this point. So, if you have a question, I can more than likely answer it. So, if you have a question, just shoot it to me, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. But, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye!